of the Chartered Institute of Marketing, or the CIM Open Day here at Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. So I would like to welcome all our distinguished guests whom I will be introducing shortly. And also I would like to welcome all our participants as well. So ladies and gentlemen, Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing is the apex body for Sri Lankan marketers, which was founded in 1970 and subsequently incorporated by an act of parliament in 1980, recognizing it as the national body for marketing education in Sri Lanka and recognizing it as the national body for marketing in Sri Lanka as well. Now, we are mandated to uplift the marketing profession in Sri Lanka, providing marketing studies and conducting many national level events and projects as well. So SLIM is governed by a council of management and an executive committee headed by a president and composed of professionals from numerous industries in an honorary capacity. Now, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the CIM program that we're offering here at Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, or the Chartered Institute of Marketing, or CIM, is the world's largest and most prestigious professional body for marketing, which provides an internationally recognized marketing qualification, opening seamless opportunities for the marketers. Now, as the national body for marketing here in Sri Lanka, SLIM has a responsibility to facilitate all activities for the development of marketing in the country. While SLIM has its own indigenous postgraduate diploma in marketing, it also looks at opening the avenue for the Sri Lankan students who wish to obtain a foreign postgraduate qualification in marketing, that is the CIM program. So that is in fact the same reason for Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing to be an accredited study center for CIM here in Sri Lanka. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, with that introduction being done about Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing and then of course about the CIM program, now I would like to move on with the proceedings of today's event. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, to formally welcome you all on behalf of Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, I would like to welcome Mr. Chintaka Pereira, Vice President Education here at Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing.
Good afternoon all, and I would like to welcome all of you today for the Chartered Institute of Marketing program. And today you have got a special day. Everyone gets a chance to acquire marketing qualification. You have got a certification from Sri Lanka Marketing, which is a milestone in your life. That's all makes me very proud of you. Today is probably happiest day in your life. It's happiest day in your parents' life. This is the moment, this is the day you all are starting marketing as your most of people, you all got a qualification in future. And especially a Sri Lankan context, you all have so many dreams that you have not fulfilled your lifetime. Just think a moment how you all got this qualification as Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing getting a CIM in your lifetime. How you all as a marketer, how you all evolve your marketing career. Especially Sri Lankan context, like getting qualification at international level, it's recognize your career, especially you all getting different level, and you all can start as a postgraduate level, and you all can evaluate you all as a qualification as a you all are graduate, and you all can uplift your career as a next level, starting as a MBAs, and you all can go through as a doctoral student as a local international level university. And especially mostly important here, you have found so many batchmates remain your friends as rest of your lifetime. Every day you all can connect with, you all have a good connect with so many people. And especially in my lifetime, I also got so many batchmates like this type of programs. And special advantage, you all are graduating from one of the best institutes in worldwide, especially UK qualification, and it's very confident. You all have other qualification. It's like you all can further study. It's very important. and you all can uplift to this degree level or different level. And so I like to welcome all of you today for this program. And especially as a SLIM, you all can get additional qualification from MBA or additional degree level. And finally, I like to thank you. And especially in Sri Lankan context, you all know Sri Lankan, currently we face so many issues, but you all are starting your studies, and it's a very important. Now you all are in that platform. Wish you all the best, everyone. Please continue your studies. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was Mr. Chintaka Perera, the Vice President, Education, Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. He has over 25 years of experience, ladies and gentlemen, in sales and marketing, especially in the pharmaceutical industry. And currently, he's holding the position of Director Sales at Hema's Pharmaceuticals. He holds an MBA from the University of Cardiff Metropolitan, UK, and from the University of Kelowna as well. And presently, he's reading for a Doctor of Business Administration from the University of Cali. So once again, sir, thank you for joining with us, and thank you for welcoming our guests and our participants for this open day. Right, so now moving on, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our special guest who's here today joining us for this open day of CIM program here at Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. With over 15 years of experience in the industries of hospitality and in FMCG industry, she climbed up the ranks from being a management trainee to become the senior vice president of marketing at Lions Brewery PLC. She's a CIM qualified chartered marketer and holds an MBA from the postgraduate Institute of Management. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest for this open day, Ms. Danushka Tamali Silva, Senior Vice President Marketing, Lions Brewery, Ceylon PLC.
Thanks, Oshada. Good afternoon to everyone who has joined in on the CIM Open Day at SLIM. And first of all, I think thank you for the SLIM administration as well for getting me on board today, because it's always an absolute pleasure to be speaking to young, aspiring marketing professionals. And I think, needless to say, that you guys have made a good choice in terms of, the institute, in terms of SLIM, as well as the CIM qualification, because I don't think much has changed since, 15 years ago when I would have done my CIM. The importance of having a professional qualification is just as important in the current corporate world as well, over and above the academic qualifications that each and every one of you may pursue. So today, I was asked to speak to you guys in terms of, share a little bit of my experience in terms of what could potentially help you in carving out your own space within the marketing industry, the profession in your own corporate journeys. So disclaimer at the very onset, I'm going to be sharing just a few slides with you guys with the very limited time. Disclaimer is that, I'm not going to be sharing any, theoretical frameworks from any of the marketing gurus, because I'm not a marketing guru myself, but basically sharing based on my own experience and based on my own humble opinion in terms of, what could potentially help you in that whole journey of, carving your own space within the marketing sphere. So I've got just a few slides to share. So let me just share my screen. Right. So to begin with, I'm just going to share with you guys two very simple two advertisements, basically, right? Could be completely different. So let's just take a look at it and then let's chat again. So this is one. Obviously from Turkish Airlines, and possibly done during the Christmas holidays, and has a very crisp, single-minded, very clear message around, have a happy new year anywhere you want. So very, it's very direct message for an airline. Nice visual, and probably makes you feel very good about it, right? So this is one airline's take on, the advertising content or the creative content to the target audience. The next one I'm going to share is again within the same industry, airline industry, but a different brand, completely different take on the whole holiday spin. So this was British Airways, a very recent campaign, as new as about a week ago. A very cheeky take on the out of office auto reply. It's all about taking your holidays seriously. Unfortunately, I can't see any of the reactions in the audience given it's a virtual platform, but I'm pretty sure the second advert from British Airways had a much larger response in terms of how it resonated with you. And why did it work? Simply because it was based on a very resonant consumer insight. That's the key difference between ad number one and ad number two, right? It was in fact based on a actual consumer insight of that 1/3 of people actually spend their holiday replying to work emails, right? So therefore, I mean, even you and I can resonate with that, relate to it when we go on holiday and we'll leave, there'll be someone who knows you're on holiday, but will send an email saying, greatly appreciate if you can respond before the end of the day sort of thing, right? So you and I are consumers and it resonated well with us. And if you and I were surfing the net right now, wanting to buy, let's say, an airline ticket to wherever, some destination, and assuming all things are on parity, let's say price to service quality, all other things on parity, and you had to choose between Turkish Airline and British Airways, you'd probably go for British because this brand spoke to you. It resonated with you. It understood you. This, in the simplest form, is the difference between just a marketing piece and something somewhat world class, right? So there's no perfect formula or a magic potion that's gonna, turn any one of us into a perfect world-class marketer, but all of us can strive to come close to being able to churn out world-class marketing content, right? So how do we get there is the question. So as I said, I'm not going to be sharing any frameworks. I'm pretty sure you get enough of that in the classroom. And the great thing about CIM is it's not just the framework. You also sort of look at it from a very practical perspective. All the conversations you'd have in the classroom are very case study based and very real life based. And those of you who are already sort of begun your corporate life and the work life will see those frameworks, theories coming to life. And honestly, the best way to get to that world-class marketing status is on-the-job training. And the more you get yourself exposed to more opportunities in terms of your work projects, it's going to keep sort of adding on to your, wealth of knowledge and in terms of how you deal with your marketing prowess as you go on, right? So a few things, again, based on my own experience, which I think are very, very key. So a few ABCDs I thought I'll share with you. So how do we get to a stage of best marketing strategies, right? And I'll just pause here. I also want to land the thought here. There is this massive perception that marketers need to be creative. And that's something I always push back on. Sure, marketers need to be creative, but not in the typical sense of, should be able to, put down a beautiful design or figure out what colors work. It's not the aesthetics. Sure, creative in the sense of should be able to see patterns, trends in data, and then connect that back to the consumer, and then all the way down to providing a solution and creating value for the consumer. Yes, creativity in that process versus being creative in the aesthetic. Marketers should be expected to be strategists, right? At the end of the day, a marketer is a key component of the entire business function of any organization. I mean, most of the organizations are led by sales and marketing. So that's why marketing, more often than not, it's a great space to sort of be in. And it's obviously exciting. And as long as you have the passion and the need and the commitment to want to learn and grow, it's going to be a great space for you guys to grow in. And I'm pretty sure there are already budding marketers within the audience as well. So a few things I want to land with you guys. analytics, right? Data analytics becomes any marketer's superpower. And I say this again, tried and tested with experience. If you're the one in the room who knows your data, who knows how those data connects, the trends, the patterns, the in and out of your brand, or your category that you're working with, you become, you know, the most sought after person in the room. So that becomes your superpower. So get your hands dirty from day one. In any organization, you will get access to a plethora of data, right? From an internal organization point of view, let's say you're managing a brand or a category for a company, you will have your sales data, which will have your volume to value, total brand, SKU wise, region wise, profitability data to, you name it. There's a lot of data internally and externally. There could be your market shares, to penetration, consumption data, frequency of purchase, you name it. In terms of your external consumer, the external market, the category, industry, again, you will have a lot of data points. Build a passion. If you're someone who gets flustered when you see an Excel sheet full of numbers with no pictures, get used to it, because you cannot excel in marketing if it worries you or it scares you, right? If you don't come from a numbers background, probably you're going to feel overwhelmed in the beginning. Was the case for me. I don't have a finance background. So it took a lot of, doing every day and immersing yourself in the data of things to get over it. And then it becomes very natural. And you can't almost function without an Excel sheet full of data that, you want to see the patterns in the data. And that's where you're going to start seeing your consumer insights. And then, that all starts linking back to your innovation plan, to, what you do in the market, et cetera, right? B, business acumen. What I mean by business acumen here is really your ability to be able to, dissect your brand P&L. Again, a marketer should not just be expected to do, the pretty frilly things, but really have very, very, core strength built around data and financials. So again, something built from the very beginning. Find your brand P&L, dissect it, know it from top, from your, net sales value all the way down, flowing down to the operating profit of your brand. What are those line items, what it means, what can you manipulate to improve your profitability of your brand. Now, why do I say that? You have to strive to be a business manager, not a marketing manager. You have to be cognizant that always there are two types of hats you have to wear. So you have your functional hat, which is your marketing hat. So you have to do the best for your brand in terms of, being relevant to your consumer, resonating well with them in terms of all the campaigns you do, the new products you may put out into the market. So that's your marketing manager hat. And on the other hand, you have to be wearing a commercial hat. Whatever you do with your marketing functional hat on, you have to make sure that it completely makes sense from a business point of view. Example, let's say you have this amazing campaign, this amazing product you want to launch along with an amazing marketing campaign, which everybody loves, completely clutter breaking, etc., and it's going to cost you, let's say, 50 million rupees to launch it, right? So that's the marketing side of it. But when you look at your brand P&L, let's say a perfectly well structured P&L has now suddenly become negative because, let's say, because of the recent, rupee depreciation, your raw material, which have been imported, now costs you an arm and a leg, and now suddenly your P&L is negative, right? And you're not even breaking even. But if you really push and are adamant and say, no, but we should still push through because this is a great campaign, etc., you're going to be perceived as someone who has no business sense. So you have to, sometimes it's going to be hard because you are so passionate as a marketer about your campaign and wants to push through, but it's needed that you bring that that perfect balance and synergy between your functional hat as well as that the commercial sense of things. And these two together, the business acumen as well as your ability to bring the synergy between your function and commercial aspect of it, will get you a seat at the table. And what do I mean? Seat at the table is basically the executive table. the decision-making table. And that's where every one of us, each and one of you, should be striving to get to. And marketers have a tougher time to get there, and we all know that. But it's heartening to see the profession has evolved over time and more marketers are actually getting to the table, right? But these are some of the things that's helped me, and I feel will help anyone to sort of, in that journey, if you're aspiring to go all the way up, these things are going to help you along the way. Consumer centricity, again, cannot, stress enough the importance of it. You need to, again, have a passion to get to know your consumer and have, periodic connects with them. It could be in different forms. It could be in the form of focus group. There are different methodologies, right? You can do direct home visits. There are some companies who'd go to the consumer's house, the target consumer's house, let's say at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then sit in the house like a fly on the wall, just in a corner, just quietly observing till about 8 in the night. That's one form of, consumer connect. That's completely observing your consumer from, start of the day to the end of the day. That's when you're going to see what does your consumer feel, what does she like, dislike, what are the tensions they feel during the day, what kind of a role can your brand play, is it playing a good role right now, can it be better, can a different brand play a different role, etc., etc. So this is going to keep you one step ahead of competition. And the caveat here is a lot of other things are going to get in the way, your daily firefighting, to your reviews, to presentations, to whatnot. You keep putting in the back burner because it's something, sometimes you might not feel like it's a burning thing to do, but trust me, this is one thing you need to prioritize and make sure you've got your ear on the ground and you know what your consumers are thinking and feeling, right? And the D, we all know digital world navigation. I mean, it's a no-brainer. This has almost become like almost the sort of like the base of everything, right? And when we started our journeys like 15 years ago, digital was not obviously such a big thing. And now, there's nothing without digital. And it's only going to keep evolving. And I was quite pleased to know that the current CIM curriculum actually even offers a specialization in digital within the qualification. So I would urge many of you to really pursue that because digital is here to stay. And within the marketing spectrum, you really need to know. You'll have your digital agencies doing all the technical aspect of it, but you need to know everything in terms of the background, in terms of how you target your consumers, which platforms work, etc. So you ask the right questions from the agency. So that makes it a more value-added sort of a relationship between even your digital agency and the marketers themselves, right? So these are very broadly, I felt, the ABCDs that help me to sort of journey on and have, make sure that it was a very rewarding sort of a journey so far, right? So these are some of the skills and competencies to keep in mind so that you spend some extra time and focus in terms of how you sort of journey on along with your studies, your the work projects that you may get on board, etc. And then also wanted to last but not least, leave with you guys a few behaviors that again may help, has helped me. Always ask for feedback. Ask feedback from all colleagues, your extended teams, your external stakeholders, people you deal with, because dealing with people is going to be the toughest part of this entire journey, right? Because people are different. Everyone's, in terms of their personalities, what drives them, what motivates them, what demotivates them. And sometimes it's not easy to decode. So ask for feedback in terms of how you're doing, right? And based on that, as well as, sometimes people are naturally self-aware. And if you're not, based on the feedback, ensure that you're self-aware. You know exactly what your strengths are, your weaknesses are. The only way is through feedback if you're not a, acutely self-aware person. And make sure especially the weaknesses don't get in the way. And be aware that in a situation, if you know you have a particular weakness and it's going to get in the way, proactively deal with it so it doesn't get in the way of your performance. Look for role models. highly sort of would ask you to pursue this because we all need inspiration within the environment we operate in. I mean, it's good to have role models, the larger than life role models out there, but always look for role models within your systems. It could be your own supervisor, it could be a colleague, it could be anyone. Right? It could be at work, outside work, ideally at work, which, someone who really inspires and you aspire to sort of be like them, or you want their advice. More often than not, role models and mentoring really support marketers as they journey on, right? And build your personal brand. This is just as important as the brand you will be building and marketing as well. So figure it out. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some focus, take some time out. Think about, what sort of values you want to be associated. By no means am I saying to project a fake version of yourself, which you feel is the perfect version. It's not that. It's in terms of, what are your internal values and, what do you want to project? What do you want to be known as within your, as a marketing professional, as an individual? What is that? So build on that. And the most important one I feel is the moment you realize, you aren't learning and developing any longer, growing, move on. Move on to the next adventure, because the moment you're not learning, it's going to slowly sort of, your passion and your excitement and enthusiasm is going to slowly deteriorate. So don't let that happen. Keep learning and growing. It might be in your academics, it might be at work, wherever in life, keep learning. If not, keep moving. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I had. So best of luck to all of you in all your studies, as well as any exams that may be coming up, and of course all your endeavors in your corporate life. Good luck.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Danushka Tamali Silva, for joining with us once again, and also for sharing all that knowledge and for sharing all that information with our students. And I'm sure they found it really helpful. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, moving on with the proceedings of today's event, and now we're moving on to the lecturer's message. And on behalf of Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing and all the lecturers who are conducting this CIM program, we have Mr. Matisha Hevavitarana, Senior Lecturer, Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. He's an experienced business professional with a demonstrated history of performance in the financial service industries. He's skilled in strategic business planning, strategic marketing, corporate communications, branding, and also lecturing and knowledge sharing as well. He's professionally and academically multi-qualified with an MBA, BBA, and a professional membership at CIM Banking at Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing as well. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Matisha Hevavitarana.
Thank you, Ashada. Good afternoon, team. It is a prestige to talk to you all. Let me share a few slides with you all. Ashada, I think it's visible, right?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Right, team. Let me take you through a few important points. Some of these points were discussed and were noted by the earlier speakers as well. But when it comes to the point why a student should study or possess with a professional qualification, if I take you through the most important points why you should possess with a professional qualification, I would say one of the most important facts would be to bridge the gap you have between your theory and the practice. When it comes to your real work life, you might see a gap between practice and theory, because there can be people who are performing in their job tasks, but people who are doing it without having the proper knowledge or the background with regard to the theory as well. So having a professional qualification behind your name or behind your profile will probably ensure that you bridge the gap between what you do and the theory, what is relevant to the area you conduct or you perform. And having a professional qualification will always ensure a growth in your preferred career path. Whatever the career path you are in, I would say to enter into a job, it will not be a mandatory task, but when it comes to the point of growing in your career, having a validated or a relevant professional qualification will definitely be a blessing, will be an advantage for you to grow in whatever the preferred career path of yours. And as highlighted by Danushka as well, when it comes to the skill of managing people and tasks, it is very important to have a good professional qualification, because these days, as she clearly noted, the Herculean task is not basically performing, but it's to perform with the team. Therefore, we can see ample of people who are performing in tasks, but when it comes to individuals who are managing and performing with better kind of people management skill is basically lacked. Therefore, having a qualification, professional qualification, will give you some insights and will probably empower you in managing people as well as in performing in your assigned tasks. And fundamentally, having a professional qualification will basically differentiate you from the rest of other co-workers, from the rest of other team players in your workplace, and from the rest of other guys in your pack, which will be a competitive advantage for you in your career as well as in your personal life. Now, let's see how CIM will help you in this part and how CIM will give you an advantage in terms of your professional background as well as the other work environments of yours. As a result of being a CIM qualified graduate, probably you will have a 360-degree professional approach to what you do. Rather than being on sales, it will make you a strategic manager. It will it will lead you towards the level of a business manager, as highlighted earlier, so that rather than merely being a salesperson or a marketing guy, having a CIM qualification will ensure that you have that broader scope or the capacity of operating with a 360-degree mindset with a balanced view. And it will create a perfect fit for the field as well as for the boardroom. When it comes to the qualification of CIM, it will improve number of skills with regard to sales, marketing, understanding your customer, understanding the markets, understanding consumer buying behaviors, and understanding contemporary movements and behaviors of the markets. Along with that, it will improve your presentation skills, personal confidence, and your ability to convince others, and probably it will be a best fit in the field as well as in the boardroom end of the day. And CIM will definitely build an open-minded, proactive personality where you probably find positives, even under challenging situations, environments like what we do face today. There are ample opportunities. It's how you define them, how you look at them in a positive, open mindset to identify opportunities in a more challenging market. And perfectly, this will be a good entry qualification for you all in your career progression in terms of both your professional as well as academic life. And as highlighted earlier, definitely having CIM and being a CIM graduate will build the personal brand that you want to build. And being a branded person within your organization, within your community, and within your colleagues, to build up your own brand and to ensure that it is a differentiated brand than the rest of the others. Let me take you through a few key highlights in starting your journey to learn a professional qualification like CIM. I would say professional learning and career development is a planned journey. It is not an accident. Therefore, you have to plan your journey and you have to begin with the end in your mind. It is easy to start a qualification. It is easy to begin the journey of probably chasing behind a profile or a qualification. But most of the time, people do give up in the middle. Because when you're starting the qualification, CIM ensure you have the end in your mind. And where do you want to finish? Where do you want to end by completing the or achieving the final task of your journey? And there's no shortcut for success, but it's always commitment, focus, hard work. When all the other colleagues, friends, and other known parties of you all, sometimes you will find in the journey of learning when they're enjoying, when they're relaxing, or when they're probably having free time for them, you will find it a bit challenging and a difficult task to balance your work, life, and studies. Therefore, you have to have that committed mindset, believing that there are no shortcuts. The time you sacrifice, the moments you sacrifice for today will ensure that you will have a better branded profile when time comes. And finally, I want to congratulate you all guys for a couple of things. Number one, for selecting CIM as your preferred professional qualification. As highlighted by the previous speakers, this will be a very good beginning for your personal profile as well as for your professional background. This will be an open qualification for you all to identify and to penetrate into your real potential locally as well as the global markets. And secondly, I want to congratulate for selecting SLIM as the preferred study center of yours. Having been the oldest accredited study center for SLIM, having a committed, having a well-focused, having always a helping mindset for students, and genuinely supporting for the development and the improvement of students is seen and experienced at SLIM. I am confidently highlighting these two factors because I did same a couple of decades back. I am a product of SLIM, and I have started my CIM qualification at SLIM probably 20 years back. And I have seen how SLIM has helped me, and SLIM has helped me as a student to realize my dreams and to improve and to achieve my professional qualification dreams, objectives, and finally to reach the desired level. Therefore, practically, I know the importance of doing SIM and doing SIM at SLIM. So team, congratulations and wish you all the very best for your academic journey and the professional journey to start. And thank you. All the best, guys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for briefing about the CIM program here at Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing for all the participants and all the students who are here at joining us for this virtual session. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, now to present the program brief on behalf of Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, I would like to invite Ms. Raini De Silva, Executive SLIM Business School.
Thank you, Oshan. Good afternoon, all. So I'm Raini De Silva, Executive at SLIM Business School. So we warmly welcome you all to the CIM Open Day at SLIM. So first, I'll say why I am here. So I'm here to provide you those important procedures, content, and deadline of most recognized marketing qualification, the Chartered Institute of Marketing. Why select CIM at SLIM? So Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing is a national body for marketing in Sri Lanka, providing educational programs and national level event for uplifting marketing profession in Sri Lanka. So as the longest standing accredited study center for CIM Sri Lanka, we have well-experienced lecture panel. So we have dedicated and committed lecture panel for delivering best learning experience to our students. So all of our lecturers are 10 years more experienced, industry expert professionals. Then you can get good assignment guidance and through individual attention to each student. So once you enroll with CIM program at SLIM, you will get exposure at national event which conducted by SLIM. So, and also you can attend for the SLIM blood donation and SLIM water projects through SLIM Student Association activities. When it comes to CIM qualification, it consists 3 stages. They are level 4, the certificate level, and level 6, the diploma level, and Level 7, Postgraduate Diploma in Professional Marketing. So when it comes to the structure of CIM Level 4, there are two areas of certificate programs. So they are Certificate in Professional Marketing and Certificate in Professional Digital Marketing. So if you have selected Certificate in Professional Marketing, then you have two core modules. They are Applied Marketing, Planning Campaign, and the Customer Insights will be the elective modules. So if you have selected Certificate in Professional Digital Marketing, the core modules will be Applied Marketing and Planning Campaign. And the Digital Marketing Techniques will be the elective modules. Now we are moving to the CIM level 6. This is the diploma level. Then in level 6, you have two types of diplomas. They are diploma in professional marketing and diploma in professional digital marketing. If you are interested for completing a digital marketing specialized qualification, you can select diploma in professional digital marketing. So under diploma in professional digital marketing, you have three core modules. They are marketing and digital strategy, digital optimization, and the digital customer experience. So when it comes to diploma in professional marketing, you have two core modules with three elective modules. The two core modules are marketing and digital strategy, innovation in marketing. And you have three elective modules, digital customer experience, managing brands, and resource management. You can select one of the elective modules for continuing diploma in professional marketing with the core modules of marketing and digital strategy with innovation in marketing. If you are a student who has completed a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, or upper qualification within an enough marketing base, you can directly enroll with CIM Level 7, the postgraduate diploma in professional marketing. In CIM Level 7, you have three core modules. They are Global Marketing Decisions, Corporate Digital Communications, and Creating Entrepreneurial Change. So now I'm going to provide you a brief introduction about the payments. So first I'll move into SLIM payments. Your SLIM registration will be 3,000. This will be valid for 6 months. This registration payment is same for all three stages. And when it comes to caution payments, the level 4 caution per module will be 8,500 and the level 6 caution per module will be 9,000 and level 7 caution per module will be a KR 12,000. So when it comes to CIM UK payments, the CIM UK registration will be 65 GBP. So this registration will be valid for 12 calendar months. When it comes to the assessment payments of CIM UK, the level 4 assessment payment will be 130 GBP. The level 6 assessment payment will be 150 GBP and level 7 assessment payment will be 170 GBP. So for level 4, we are conducting two parallel batches. They are weekend batch and weekday batch. So weekend batch will be commenced on 28th January 2023 and weekday batch will be commenced on 30th of January 2023. So when it comes to level 6 and 7, the classes will be commenced on 28th January and in 2023. So we have offered, SLIM has arranged two options for level 4 students for both online and on-site classes. So on-site classes will be conducted on weekends and on-site classes will be conducted on weekdays. When it comes to the learning method of level 6 and 7, the learning method will be blended. So we have planned to conduct our classes on weekends. This is your lecture schedule. So we have included all the class commencement dates, module details with the delivery methods of the lectures and also payment details for SLIM and CIM with the assignment submission deadlines, results releasing dates with other deadlines for your reference. So you can refer the schedule for the entire program. So once you enroll with the program, you'll be received this schedule for your reference. This is the information guidebook. So once you enroll with the program at SLIM, you will be received this information guidebook, and we have included all the details, all the required details for having CIM UK registration, and also all the instructions for booking your assignments. It's all about study materials. So once you enroll with the program at SLIM, SLIM will provide this complement study materials for the students of all three stages. Therefore, students are requested to register for at least 2 modules in a same stage for receiving this book. CIM UK registrations. The CIM UK registration deadline will be on 26th of May 2023. So we suggest you to get the CIM UK registration at the very beginning for having access to MySIM portal, for having access for the digital resources provided by CIM UK. The assessment booking deadline. The assessment booking deadline also will be the same as the registration deadline. The deadline is on 26th May 2023. It's all about assignment submission. The assignment submission deadline will be 30th of June 2023. So all students are requested to submit your assignment before the deadline to the CIM UK assignment submission portal, Calibrand. And at the same time, students are requested to submit their copy of their final assignment to SLIM through CIM qualification at slim.edu.lk. So this is all about the CIM level 4 applied marketing exam. So CIM UK has planned to conduct this exam on August 2023. So date to be confirmed at the moment. So once you got an update from CIM UK, definitely we will communicate with you via an email. And this is how CIM grading your assignments. So students who achieved 50 to 59 marks will get general pass, and students who got 60 to 69 marks will get merit pass, and students who achieved 70 and above marks will be awarded a distinction pass. The results will be available on 8th of September 2023, and digital badges will be received on 20th October 2023. And all the communications will be done through emails and WhatsApp. Especially our main communications will be done through emails. Again, it's a great pleasure for having an opportunity to support you in your studies. So you can contact me for any clarification through 07036455533 and email me raini.s@slim.lk. Again, contact me 07036455533 and email me raini.s@slim.lk. Also, you can contact SIM UK customer service directly through 4401628427 and 20. So if you are a student from Kandy, so you can contact our Kandy branch for enrolling to CIM program. So we are conducting the same program at Kandy. So all the best to you all. So, and I'm taking this time to thank you all for joining the session, for joining with CIM Open Day at SLIM. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Raini, for delivering the program brief on behalf of Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we would like to conclude this session, this open day of CIM program here at Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank all our distinguished guests, including Our guest speaker, Ms. Danushka Tamali Silva, and also our lecturer, Mr. Matish Hemavitarana, and also Mr. Chintak Perera, the Vice President Education at Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, and Ms. Raini De Silva as well for joining us and for sharing all the information and all the knowledge and all the experience, everything with our participants today. And also, I would like to thank all the participants for committing their time and effort to join with us for this open day. And we hope to see each and every one of you as successful students of Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for joining with us, and hope to see you soon. So thank you and have a good day.